more focused on our careers, and then day-to-day deadlines. All these conventional thoughts restrict us from pursuing anything that is interesting or challenging or adventurous, right? From the word go, I think we should firstly start believing that we are unique from the rest of the world. That is the first thing that I believed in myself when I embarked onto this journey of becoming a karate athlete, right? It actually brought a lot of discipline to my life. The way I led my life prior to 2017 is different from what I'm today. Okay, so I think most of us believe that we need to have a disciplined lifestyle, right from the time we wake up and get on to our daily chores. So waking up early and introspecting every morning is very important, right? From I think it reminds me of a popular statement by Jim Quick, who is associated with Mind Valley. He keeps saying that not just doing a puja or saying your prayers is a ritual, but after you actually get up from your bed, you need to fold your blanket, arrange your bed, and when you come back to your bedroom, it looks like as if everything has been very organized. So how do you do it? Actually, you start from the time you wake up. Okay, so everything you are setting apart for yourself. The discipline starts from the time you wake up from the bed. And also introspecting, right? What have you done the previous day? People usually fail to do that. The moment they actually wake up, they start checking their mobile phones. I think the advent of mobile phones have spoiled a lot of our lives in various ways. I'm sure that is a debatable issue. Otherwise, yes, it's not a very good habit to grab the mobile phone the moment we wake up. I think introspecting is something which all of us should do. And one of the other best habits, which I strongly believe in, I think Dr. Abdul Kalam left behind 1,500 books when he died. I have a friend who is a journalist. Recently, I spoke with him. He told me that he has 3,000 books. He's just 36 and he has completed reading all the 3,000 books. And whatever he speaks inspires me. Like, I speak with him like every other day. So reading a book is like a very inspirational, and it gives us insights into what we have to do. And, it helps us in reviewing our own thought process and if we are going the right direction or not. So start journaling about your inner thoughts and emotions, because when we, as I was telling at the beginning, we get a lot of thoughts. In one human life, millions of thoughts, spring up in imagination, and they get drifted away when we sleep and when we wake up. So, if you want to really make a difference to yourself, just let us not think about, what we can do for the society. Firstly, we should do something for ourselves. And that starts from journaling. Take a diary or take a book, start penning your thoughts, whatever. It can be anything. It can be funny. It can be, a bit devastating. It can be creative. It can be a good or creative idea to build an app. Okay. So you don't lose them if you start writing them, right? And then the next biggest help is meditation. I was attending a summit in the morning today, coincidentally. It was named as Strong Human Summit. And one of the speakers told us all, to meditate for 10 seconds. And when we were doing it, we could feel that serenity, and I felt at peace with myself when I was meditating. This helps us a lot in focusing and building our, inner strengths. And also it can help us in securing our memory power also. Okay. Yeah, and then you do it in solitude. Obviously, meditation is meant to be done in solitude, not in a group. Then yes, spend your time prudently with nature. Like, early in the morning, probably you can go for a walk out, listening to the beautiful chirping of birds, and then looking at the nature, birds flying in the sky and whatnot. I mean, like, the most beautiful moments of any day start off very early when the rest of the world is still sleeping. Don't miss out on those moments. They can help you a lot. And the other pointer is read about the failures and successes of anyone you like. Okay, it can be your close predecessor, or your teacher, or anybody like Dr. Abdul Kalam, or Steve Jobs, or Jeff Bezos. Anybody who can inspire us. It is up to us. I have this habit of reading about Robin Sharma. He has done phenomenal work. He has inspired a lot of, millions of people across the world. He has shared a lot of his own stories through his, webinars, or seminars, or, like master classes. And then one of his famous books, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, it changed my thought process when I firstly read it in the year 2015. I was going through an emotional low at that time. One of my gurus, advised me to read that book, and when I read it, I found myself in a different world. It's just a thought. You can choose any book. You have, I think, The Alchemist, many such books, okay, or any other, biographies which can talk about their successes or failures. Journeys, right? And write affirmations and read them every day. This I do it. I actually practice before I preach, and I have the habit of writing affirmations and reading them regularly. This can help us in keeping ourselves grounded to our goals and aspirations. I do it regularly, and it helped me a lot in realizing a lot of my dreams, especially when I found it very difficult preparing for my PMP examination. I started writing affirmations, and then yes, and I cleared that exam in my first attempt. I can proudly say that because I've seen a lot of my contemporaries failing in first and second attempts and clearing in the third attempt. And I defied them, and passed this examination, one of the toughest on the planet, in my first attempt. And I could attribute a part of this success to my practice of writing affirmations. They keep driving me a lot in the right direction. Then assess and work on your attitude, right? We need to, as we are introspecting, that is when we assess, what have we done in the past? What did we do yesterday? Was it appropriate being rude to somebody at our workplace, or in our home, right? So this assessment, self-assessment, can help us in building ourselves as complete human beings, right? And then exercise daily and eat healthy. This I keep doing it because I'm an athlete. So I ensure that I eat healthy food and then exercise as much as possible. That keeps our energies, to the best possible. What I mean to say is, we stay energized throughout the day when we exercise regularly, right? We will not have any room to get depressed when we are physically energetic. And when we are exercising regularly, our mind, body, and soul, all the three are satiated. I strongly experienced it many times, and I experience it like every day, right? Apart from this, going on group tours with friends and family, I'm sure nobody would disagree with me on this, right? Because we need to satiate our inner selves also at times, because we all are on a constant run because of our career choices, or work pressures. There are a lot of reasons why we get bogged down regularly. So in order to refresh ourselves and spend time with our near and dear ones, we should step out of our homes. I know during pandemic it has become difficult. Otherwise, we can still plan a day or two by traveling outside home, and getting closer to the other side of our lives. Then the next one is conquer your fears. This is one of my favorite areas. Fear is the only impediment to human greatness. Decode your fears to achieve personal and professional excellence. So I think most of the human beings, in fact, the mankind, is always dejected and depressed and demotivated because of self-imposed or self-created fears. Right? Embrace your fears as they are mere imaginations. Many of us are, shackled in our own thoughts. We refuse to believe that we have created them. We always attribute these fears to some external entity or somebody, whom hold responsible all the time. We are scared because of some reason, but at the end of the day, we should call our shots, right? We should not hold somebody else responsible for what we are going through. At the end of the day, we are the guardians of our lives. So embrace them and chase your fears instead of running away from them. The second and third points are more or less interlinked. The more you resist them, the more they will persist, right? So, I think we must have seen a lot of such instances in our lives. I think this is a very funny example that I would like to quote. I think when we, as children, when we used to stand in the darkness, we would see our shadows following us, right? That is like, as kids, we never understood the concept of reflection or shadow. But as we grew up, we started understanding. It's the same way. Okay, so it's all our creation. If we have to, like, I'm scared of dogs. So there, in umpteen number of occasions, I ran away from dogs. I screamed out of fear. So I've seen my sister laughing at me, saying that you are a karate athlete and you are scared of dogs. But these are fears. But Of late, I started overcoming these fears too. When we face, instead of running away, we have to, face the factor that is responsible for our fear, and yeah, face it boldly, fearlessly. That's when you can conquer them. Yes. Your self-conceived fears are good enough to ruin your dreams. The same way, I think, most of the current generation, I guess, like most of them, uh, they have time to, spend a lot many hours on social media, but they do very less in transforming themselves. They keep saying that, I cannot learn a new language, or I cannot work in a different part of the world, right? If you can, we as infants were taught to, fall down, stand up after we fall down. That's when actually we started learning that, nothing is impossible. uh, Inherently, we started building ourselves strongly when we started falling down and then started getting up again. So that, on and off, our continuous efforts to excel ourselves can see us through. So I keep reiterating that, all these are, again, our self creations. We should not allow them to destroy our dreams or goals, right? And in fact, my achievement in karate can stand as a good example. When I joined the academy, I was really scared. I met my sensei. Sensei is a guru in, karate terminology. I asked him, actually, I'm 39, can I do it? So he motivated me to the core that, I made up my mind and stepped into the academy as, as a person who knew nothing about sports. I was never into any formal sports. And then my journey of 2.5 years was quite eventful. I went through a lot of health issues. I sprained my ankle during that journey. I had some other health concerns also, but I overcame all these. There were times when I felt really helpless, but never did I allow my fear to, overpower my dream to achieve black belt in karate. Right? I'm sure all of you would believe that, this self-motivation could, drive me towards achieving my dream. All the greatest achievers of this world failed a zillion times, right? I think you must have heard a lot of stories about how Bill Gates and Steve Jobs have failed multiple number of times before they came up with very unique fonts and some first of its kind operating systems. But they never were bogged down. Similarly, if you look at the life of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States, I think his life was quite, sorry, eventful. He failed many a number of times at various stages of his life. But at the age of 58, he became the president of United States. He was the son of a cobbler, but that did not deter him from pursuing his dreams. So we have people in our own times who can inspire us to achieve, to dream big. Fear is the only barrier between you and your road to greatness. Yes, I think this is the only factor that can differentiate you from the rest of the world. If you want to allow your fear to overpower you, then nobody can help you. I think it's you who has to decide what you wish to do. Fear is an opportunity that can transform you into a successful person. When I was getting trained in my academy, I have seen youngsters actually. I was practicing along with a lot of kids who have been 30 years younger to me, and I was very scared at the beginning because I didn't know that I could jump and hit a kick pad, or how I would do a floor kick, or how I would jump. There were and how I would do acrobats. It was all like a dream come true. I mean, I practiced hundreds of times. Each kick was like practiced for more than 100 to 200 times, and I made it happen. So physically, it was strenuous. It was challenging. I underwent grueling training, but it actually, transformed me into such a tough person today that I cannot accept defeat at any stage of my life, and I believe that there are many more things ahead that I can achieve. Deal with them instead of blaming someone or circumstances. We discussed this already, right? We have to own our fears, and then yes, we can own anything in this world. Control your fears before they start controlling your life. Managing your time. So, time is a limited commodity available to mankind, and it slips from our hands like grains of sand before we realize its importance in our lives. This is something which all of us know. I don't have to tell you the importance of time, because that is the only commodity that cannot be purchased, cannot be acquired from anyone. Millions of dollars also cannot buy you time. When I was going through a few of Robin Sharma's popular master classes, I heard about this 5 a.m. club. Join the 5 a.m. club and succeed in managing your time. Most of the successful people across the world are the ones who wake up early. I think they wake up along with the birds and the other animals who are early risers. That's when your thoughts are fresh, you're not disturbed, and your creativity is at its best when you wake up at 5 a.m. Or some people have this habit of waking up at 4 o'clock also. I think I've heard that Mukesh Ambani wakes up at 4 o'clock every day. So I think probably we know this secret behind the success of all these popular people from different walks of life. That is the key behind managing your time. Set up time-bound goals and knock them off as designated, right? So, goals should be time-bound. we cannot set goals for the next 10 years as such. You think that you have to work on your weight and make that as a 5-year plan. Okay, set yourself short-term goals that can be achievable, because you yourself should start believing it. Today, if I say that I would like to reach the Mount Everest, I should get myself trained in mountaineering. I just cannot, pack my bags and get on to my journey of climbing the mountain, right? So you should have a plan in place and some time, some deadline. That's when you actually get motivated, and there is something like a burning desire in you, because your deadline is visible to you. You know that you have to complete it before that. Human life itself is time bound, so are our goals and objectives. As we were talking about, right? I mean, we all have one life, and we never know when the last day of our life comes into picture. We don't know if we are going to be alive tomorrow or no. So we have to have time bound goals, and yeah, I mean, it's now or never. I strongly believe in that, and I've been driving myself in the same fashion since I took up this challenge of getting into karate. So today is the best day to do anything. Most of the successful people do this. I think they have practiced and preached through their actions. So because today is, I mean, yesterday is the past, today is what we have, and future is something which none of us has seen, right? So strongly believe in the fact that you are going to complete all your plans that you have had for today. Execute the plans. So today is the best that you can do. Discard the idea of procrastination, even for catastrophic reasons. The easiest of anything in our lives is postponing. I think many of our friends, and in fact we ourselves must have procrastinated a lot of times. That was like an impulsive thing, maybe because we were feeling lazy, or we wanted to refuse in taking up something, because we didn't have confidence in ourselves. That could be one of the reasons. And various other external factors could have been responsible. Have today may not be the same 10 years down the line. So it cannot help us, even if we earn $1 million 10 years from now, if health does not permit us in achieving something unique, which probably we could have done when we were in 30s or 40s, then it is like a criminal waste. And prioritize your tasks and handle them independently. Right. Sorry. So, we always have this, practice of listing down our tasks when it comes to work. And, whichever is the top priority, we handle that first and then follow the rest. But we have to also believe that, and we have to understand that, we cannot rely on others for doing these things for us. Okay. We have to accept the responsibility of handling our tasks independently. Okay, if somebody extends a helping hand, it's well and good. Otherwise, we have to embark on that journey believing that there's nobody to help us and we are on our own. That is like a comforting thought, because always we would know that we have to be on our own, and that will build us as strong human beings. You should be conscious of the fact that time cannot be bought. I think I told this at the beginning itself. So time is something which cannot be bought by any human being. Assume that today is your last day on this planet. Yes. I guess popular speakers across the world have time and again reiterated this particular statement. What if today is my last day on this earth. What would you like to do? Would you like to eat your favorite food? Would you like to meet your old friends? Would you like to spend time with your family or your wife, your kids? How would you love to spend your last day, right? Similarly, if you feel that there are some unfulfilled desires, presuming that you are going to die tomorrow, ensure that you are working towards fulfilling them, and that can make you feel comfortable. Become an expert in managing your time. This can be achieved by following what all I have been telling you so far. It's completely in your hands. The moment you take control of your time, everything falls in place. Nobody can stop you from realizing your goals. ACE planning. Planning happens to be the most significant aspect of human life and stands decisive in the success or failure of a life or a project. ACE planning gives you a strong direction to your life. When you're planning, I mean, like we have this habit of traveling occasionally, at least till last year, most of us have traveled quite extensively, right? We know the time of our flight. So we plan our, trip to airport much in advance. We book a cab or we take the help of a friend. So we ensure that we are on time at the airport and we don't miss our flight. So there's so much of planning involved in, like, from the time you reserve your ticket to planning your trip. Probably if it could be like a business trip or it can be a personal tour. But I mean, nevertheless, you have a plan in place. I think the way we plan our trips are, we don't do it when it comes to our, professional lives. Everything is like haphazard. We take it like the way it comes, but that doesn't help in transforming ourselves as successful people. Without planning, we can do nothing. Thoughtful planning can help you stay focused on your goals. So I have actually coined different patterns of planning. I mean, it's not like I have coined, but while researching, I came across all these various parameters of planning. Thoughtful planning can help you stay focused on your goals. So you have to set yourself achievable goals, and also you have to be thoughtful. Like, you want to reduce your weight, for example. Today you want to do it. Firstly, that could be your first goal. Then you have to have a plan for 6 months to 1 year, right? Because you cannot postpone this at the same time. So thoughtfully you can plan this. You can also plan to start a new company, or like you wish to work on building your network. And how do you do it? It should all be done thoughtfully. Excuse me. Contingency planning keeps you prepared for any eventualities. Right. So when we have like a board meeting ahead, or we have to invite a guest to one of our events. I mean, we have so many things happening across always. If something goes wrong, how would we handle, right? We don't wish that something should go wrong, but yes, nothing is planned today. I think after COVID pandemic, we have seen that life has become very unpredictable. So we always have to have contingency plans for anything in life, including your personal life and professional life. And then strategic planning can keep you ahead of others in every aspect of your life. Strategies, whether it is business strategy, you want to write a book, or you want to start a non-profit organization, you should have a proper strategy in place, right? How do you go about it? How would you like to work with others? There is actually a strong concrete planning needed when you wish to embark onto something which is not that ordinary or easy, because you wish to do something uniquely from the rest of the world. So you need to have proper strategies in place. Then tactical planning can assure you of success in most of your pursuits. Yes, I think tactfully we have to plan our pursuits or our journeys where we can be assured of success. Yeah, I mean, like 100% we can never say that, but yes, at least 90% of our pursuits can be fruitful if we have planned everything tactfully. World class planning can help you in meeting your deadlines. I think in project management, we keep talking about like initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing. So the second phase of these 5 process groups, planning, is one of the most important processes. We have to spend most of our time on planning, and that can be iterative. I think most of the people across the world who are into project management know more about this. Focus is kept more on this particular phase, because we need to have finances in place, we need to have resources in place. There are so many parameters that come into picture when we have to meet our project deadlines, or anything, any personal goal. You wish to meet somebody, some intellectual in your life. You should have a plan in place. You don't know his number, you don't know how to meet him, so how do you do it? You just cannot embark onto some train or flight and then meet somebody. That it doesn't work that way. You should have world class planning in place. Then ideal planning can promise you in realizing your dreams. So ideal planning means, like, we should be wise and smart in deciding what we wish to do, especially when it comes to, like, you probably have come across some inspiring story about, I think most of us must have heard about these two wonderful ladies from Haryana. I don't remember their names. Based on their lives, this movie Sand Ki Aankh was made, right? Two ladies from rural parts of Haryana became national champions in rifle shooting. So, we all have the right to dream, but yes, at the same time, we should have ideal planning that can help us in making our journey to achieve those dreams memorable, and we can be assured of success. Then holistic planning can keep your personal life and professional life blissful. Holistic planning involves planning everything from the word go. You don't have any slippages anywhere. You have to ensure that personal life is not disturbed by professional life, and vice versa. So you have to have planning for your work, and also you have to ensure that you are giving ample time for your family or for your personal life. So these are various parameters of planning that can help us in transforming our lives into lovely memories for us. Then illustrative leadership. Striking a thin line of balance between steering reluctant teams towards a revolution and owning the responsibility of educating them about the futuristic goals that can be achieved by virtue of the change. So leadership is something like a very big subject, and it has its own pros and cons. Who wants to be a leader? Are leaders born, or can leaders be made? All these are debatable issues. Let us try to understand what best can be done in order to um, carve a path for illustrative leadership. Do what is right rather than something that is easy. Yes, I think here I would like to quote the example of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. I think he was the first Indian leader whom I have seen, at least, who has defied a lot of odds, who has this habit of daring everyone and anyone. He has not traversed any easy path since he has become the Prime Minister of India. Whether focusing on bilateral relations with the neighboring countries like China or Nepal or Bhutan. He did a lot of homework before he started visiting all the foreign countries and building strong international relations with a lot of countries which were quite away from India because of lack of any foreign relations for a period of 20 years or so during the previous governments, right? So I mean, he has always believed in doing things differently but rightly. I think he has been one of the most popular leaders in the recent years across the globe. So the next one is traverse the path that is less traversed or was never traversed. Yes. Again, I would like to quote the example of Swiggy or Uber. There are so many apps at place in India and outside India also. I think most of us must have thought about coming up with such solutions, but we never really took them up because we were scared of the consequences. But we have seen the journeys of great people like Jeff Bezos and then Jack Ma. All these people have made it possible by getting into very difficult terrains, which most of us must have thought at some point of time, but were fearing of the consequences and did not take the first step. Right? So you can create history only when you embark onto a difficult journey. Your true strength lies in conflict resolution. It is very easy to push the blame onto some circumstances or somebody else. Like how do you become a great leader? Not just by leading people or by becoming like a dictator. True leaders focus on resolving conflicts rather than maximizing the conflicts or becoming one of the reasons for frequent conflicts at workplace. So you have to emulate the role of strong leaders, like when you wish to be loved by people around you in your work environment or in your personal lives. You should always strive to be different. You should be emotionally intelligent to endure uncertainty and agony. I think this is one of my favorite subjects, emotional intelligence. I have done a lot of research in these areas of emotional intelligence and then leadership. We have to empathize with our peers or associates and people who are working with us in order to understand what their pain points are. If we do not keep ourselves in their shoes, we can never really understand what they are going through. It is very easy for us to stand on the shore and preach sermons to people who are drowning. So we have to firstly empathize with our own people and try to understand their situations. Frequent interactions can make you understand what they're going through, and then you can create a congenial work environment. Stay prepared for disturbance handling and distress regulation. Yes, at times, I think we have to look after the personal interests of our people. If we have to, command respect, as people keep saying that we cannot demand respect, we can only command respect. So we have to stay with them. I think hold their hand and help them in traveling through that tough phase of their lives. It can be anything, probably you can find out what is going with your employees. Some of them must be experiencing some emotional turmoil or turbulences in their personal lives, and you can become a big person by giving them like a month off, allowing them to ponder on their situations, or creating an environment where they have some room to look at their lives and their families. Train your folks to bear the weight of responsibilities. Yes, I think birds are a great example, and in fact, animals in the wild also. I think only Indian parents are the ones who travel with their kids by holding their hands throughout the lives, which never allows them to grow or face the challenges of life. Right? When we see birds and animals, they forcefully push their young ones away from their nests or their caves because they want them to be independent. They don't want them to fall back on their parents throughout their lives. That is something which we have to learn from nature. Nature has always taught the creatures to be independent, not to be dependent on their parents for life. Dare to be unique as that can motivate you in defying monotony. I stand as a good example. I've always defied monotony. I have a lot of other things like dreams that I still have to work on, making them happen, like learning horse riding, rifle shooting, swimming, and if possible, I wish to get myself trained as a pilot in the near future. There are so many areas. See, I'm not sharing these dreams of mine just to disturb anybody. Some of these dreams are quite expensive. It can be made possible, but dreams can be different for every individual, right? Do not kill them. What I mean to say is, do not kill your dreams. You have time and place for every dream, and the world is wide open, and you have time in your control. You can achieve. You can realize your dreams and ambitions. Challenge your limits, be adventurous, and claim your moments of glory. I guess I think most of us have seen a lot of Indians competing in the Paralympics and in the recent years, bringing glory to India. I think if they can achieve, they can bring glory to India. I think we all are, much more advantaged than they are. We have all our organs in place and we have everything in our control. So challenge your limits. If you feel that you can touch the roof of your room, you can at least touch the fan. Keeping that in mind, I embarked onto my journey of becoming a karate athlete, and I could achieve it. Never stop yourself from being adventurous. Go on trekking. If you have a hunting license, go on hunting. Start doing things uniquely and differently from the rest of the world. That can actually motivate you in building yourselves as strong human beings, and you can become a source of motivation to a lot of people across the world, right? Uh, Probably tomorrow somebody else can read our own stories. We can become sources of inspiration to a lot of people, to this generation and to the forthcoming generations. I think, yeah, I think with this, I'm done with this success, scripting your success story. I hope I have made myself clear on what should be done in becoming successful. Yeah, Julian, it's over to you.
Yeah, so plain amazing, Madhuri. I think what you
Thank you.
narrated. So, yeah, very interesting to see a fellow human being, who could achieve and cross a lot of hurdles like this. That's very inspiring, and you put all the ideation into action. That is the biggest difference. I think that's where many fail, right? So
Yes.
many know what to do, and all the they know all the rules of the game and everything, but the problem is when it comes to implementation, that's where maybe it's because of the lack of determination or other factors, and the social hijacking and so many things. I think that play in that. So good. Yeah, it's anybody can unmute and it can be an interactive. If you have any questions or if you want to congratulate her for what she is. Yeah, you're
Thank you
most
so much.
welcome.
I think the environment in our country conditions our brains. We are believed to, live like we are less powerful than the rest of the world.
Right. And so what do you do for a living, Madhuri? No, actually, I think you already told, but I think I did not. I just want to
No worries, I
refresh.
can tell. I'll tell you. I'm the director of Ennoble Technologies. It's an IT startup which we launched in the year 2015. And it is co-founded by me and another close friend of mine who is a US citizen. His name is Venkat. We started this company in the year 2015 in the United States and in 2016 in India. Apart from this, I'm on the board of another Singapore-based company called Gagalan Global. So most of my time is divided between these two companies. Apart from that, I'm a professional speaker. I'm a seasoned trainer. Yeah, I think this is what I do for a living. Otherwise, like I do a lot of other things, like working with some non-profit organizations to help people. I have been working with a couple of my friends to do something for the farmers of our country. So there are a lot of other aspects of my life. I'm into writing and I'm a trained classical singer. Coming back to your point of earning a living, I think, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the director of this IT company. I take care of the project deliveries, human resources, and operations. And I'm into business development also.
Oh, wow. A very interesting combination of the things, I think. So yeah, that's good that you are able to balance. And also, finally, you did not remain, in the dungeons of depression, and you came out and then you proved that you can do. Probably, I mean, if you didn't go through a lot of those things, maybe you probably would not have evolved like this. Is it right?
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. That bout of depression in the year 2010, was very tough for me. I was on antidepressants for a period of 7 months, and then I felt that it actually disturbed my life. It did not help me at all. I put on a lot of weight, and then when I started looking at myself in the mirror, I lost all my confidence. Then one fine morning, I decided to defy all the medicines and started fighting. For 5 continuous days, I was sleepless because my mind and body, were conditioned to those antidepressants. Then I started fighting with the circumstances, and slowly I came out of it. I keep telling the same thing. I said the same in the Strong Human Summit in the morning. A lot of people, praised me for the same. They said, like, how could you do it? Because again, it is like a social stigma and taboo today to talk about depression. But I make it a point to let the world know that I went through it, and today I stand grounded. I mean, even if I go through any emotional turmoil, I know how to bounce back.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think, yeah, even own family also can disown, in the cases of, depression and other factors, because, yeah, we are always, influenced by a lot of the, social ways of doing things.
Right.
And probably
In
even the
fact,
diagnosis also itself is a challenge. I think, some may not even know that they are in depression. So that is another,
absolutely.
fact.
It was other way around in my case, because I was telling my parents that I was slipping into depression. I was aware of that, very strangely. So I knew what was happening to me, and probably that helped me in fighting it out. In fact, when I went to Bangalore last year to deliver this keynote speech during the International Women's Week, I came across a wonderful lady who told me that she has been in depression for the past 13 years. I
Wow.
was completely shocked. I just told her to please reach out to me. I'm ready to do it for you. just trust me, you can come out of it. Stop using those medicines. It can spoil your health, and it can spoil your relations also. As you were saying, right? People disown the ones who are in depression for reasons whatsoever. But in my
Right.
case, my family and my friends stood with me. So I'm always grateful to them for being with me. That was really commendable. And apart from that, of course, like I being a fearless and a fighter, took it upon me to fight it out. So I have a story to share with the world. We can do it. This is nothing like a taboo. Please come
Yeah,
out
definitely.
openly and share with people. The more you speak, the quicker you can come out of it.
Yeah, because human relationships demand a lot of advanced levels of understanding. It's like any shallow level understandings, cannot solve the issues and all, because you need a lot of perseverance and deeper understanding. Which is really going down in terms of in the society. We can see that it is really diminishing because of too many distractions we have while
Yes.
navigating the life.
Yeah, and
uh,
depression is not a small entity or like, a restricted entity that actually impacts only some sections of the society. Even celebrities have been complaining about slipping into depression in the recent years, right? So this is nothing to do with anybody's financial status or, nationality or caste. Anybody
yeah.
can get impacted.
Yeah, definitely. So, and if at all, community has to support in your initiatives, whether it is, a kind of community or business and all, what kind of support you are looking for? Are
Um,
you looking for any support from the community or the team in general, to really reach to, more heights of what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I have seen a lot of people reaching out to me in the last 1 year, but my story should reach out to more number of people. And as I've been telling from the beginning, I have interacted with a lot of people from different walks of life. I think across the country, if you look at, I would like to connect with and work with, corporates and different sections of the society to motivate them with my own story. Till before last year, nobody knew about my personal life, but after my karate achievement, one of the local news dailies reached out to me and they requested me to share about my personal life. And today, my entire life is an open book. Coming back to my own, life, personal life. Like I was married 13 years ago and got separated within a year due to domestic violence. So I went out openly discussing all these, gray areas of my life, and then how I fought it out. I started my life again in the year 2008. So I wish to, coach people in building themselves as strong individuals. I did it actually. I mean, I have. This is all real. I mean, I'm not, fabricating anything here. My life is, a real time thing. So I would like to reach out to more number of people, and if there are people who need my help, I would like to work with them individually or in groups or in communities. And yeah, I would like to inspire more number of people, youngsters from different walks of life, because I have seen that a lot of people have developed suicidal tendencies whenever there is some disturbing factor. We never thought of committing suicides when we went through, so many turbulences in our lives. So coming back to your question, I want to do more in the stream of speaking and coaching. These are the two major areas where I wish to, connect with more number of people and organizations.
Yeah, definitely. I think, we will do our best. And again, congratulate you for what you are, a woman of such unbelievable substance. And actually, yeah, we got a lot of good comments and feedback on YouTube and other, channels. I see, comment, amazing presentation and amazing clarity of thought. And then also there is one more comment, very inspiring to come out and, come out of depression. So great. So okay, we'll definitely stay in touch. And I think if there are no other questions, I just want to remind that Let Us Talk It is about creating an informed and empowered community. We have youth public speaking prep sessions every week, actually. So like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have 2 youth groups. One youth group meets on both days at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and another youth group meets at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. And they talk about various topics, and they present the live webinars later. Once the youth prep sessions are over, they will present on Fridays and Saturdays. So yeah, this is the same Zoom link. They can join any youth. If any youth want to participate on the webinars, they can join at 4 p.m. or 8:45 p.m. 8:45 p.m. is more for younger group, actually. And then also we have yoga, very good yoga classes that happen on Wednesdays and Sundays. You can always, get back to us for more details. And also, if you want to speak on anything, let us know, because this is all about community. That's what we believe, that, we can help ourselves to grow ourselves more stronger. So, okay, with that said, thank you. Amazing.
Srini, you want me to share my contact information, something, or you guys could do it?
No, you can share. And also, if anybody reaches, usually we pass on information because it is live on the YouTube and all.
Right.
Yeah, we can also do that. Happy New Year again to everybody. So let's have a Happy New Year, no matter what, of outside the circumstances, independent of outside circumstances, Corona or something else. So thank you all. Madhuri, you can stay back just for a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, please stay back.